It is drop dead low tide. Good morning, dear.
Good morning.
We snuck in here and we knew it was shallow. The gauge says 2.3 feet. Ours is, for some reason, 2 feet offset. I just haven't recalibrated that. So we're sitting in about 6 inches of water under the keel. It's a soft, sandy bottom, so that's not a big deal. It's a little shallower out once you get out of here, but we will have to wait for a little bit more of a tide to get out of here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to all the things, come back, tide will be a little bit higher, and then we'll sneak back out of here. But this is a cool little spot. Behind me is David Copperfield's Island Rudder Key. The caves are right over there. And then the Piano Man that David Copperfield commissioned in, I think, 2011 or something like that, is out there too. Let's see how shallow we are right now.
Welcome to the Southern Exumas, where there's skinny water and fantastic sights. Are you ready to explore? Let's do it. Welcome to Lazy Gecko Sailing. Looking for something exciting, free, and real? If so, you found the right place. Meet Calypso, our floating home.
It's not working.
We're sailing her all over and taking you for the ride. Please click on subscribe so you don't miss any of the fun.
I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down.
We're anchored right next to a cave and a famous snorkel spot way south in the Exuma Islands. Let's check them out.
It's a windy one. I'll let it rest for a minute. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's go check out the caves and the Piano Man. The
Yeah.
musician, it's called.
I hope I can get in today.
We'll see.
It's pretty windy today, but we've decided to hop on Taco to explore. First up, the cave. This is the north side of the cave. It's just a little dip in. I mean, you could throw the anchor down and swim there, but I don't think there'd be too much life there. We're gonna check around the point and see what else there is. We keep seeing boats go over there. If you look on Active Captain, you won't find reviews about this. I had to do a little bit of research to be able to find that people do snorkel this cave, but the tide has to be kind of just perfect, just like everything else, so we'll check it out. We always have to dodge like rocks and reefs and stuff like that when we're dinging around. I'm kind of the person that keeps an eye out for that, but without polarized sunglasses, it's like impossible to see. And when you have rippling from the wind on the water, it makes it even harder. It was only about 100 yards before we saw the cave opening on the port side. Obviously the tide is still pretty low because we can see a sandy patch. I think we'll land the dinghy and check it out. There is a rock right here. This little cave is so pretty once inside. The colors are lovely. That's really, really cool. It almost looks like it could be a blowhole if the water was like super high.
Yeah, I always worry about those things falling on you.
Yeah, I mean, it could happen, definitely. It'd be very bad timing.
Yeah, it would.
Terrible timing, but isn't that cool? Just the forms and the grooves of the rock.
We're anchored in one little thing, and then the cave is the point, and this is the next little area you could anchor, and then the next little cove is where the musician is, and it's a sculpture of a piano, pretty famous, and it was made by somebody, but David Copperfield, the magician, he had it placed down here and commissioned it. So we're gonna go see if we can check it out. There's quite a current, and it's coming in right now, so they say there's a mooring ball there, but they ask please stop stealing it. People keep stealing the mooring ball. So if it is there, we'll be able to tie out to the mooring ball and maybe be able to jump in a little bit.
What do you mean steal the mooring ball?
People taking the mooring ball. I don't know.
You can't go on the island here because it's a private island, so there's signs all around. You can't go on, but you can go in the water. Well, we found it. There's no ball to hook up to, so we're gonna do the best we can to enjoy it.
That what they mean? They stole at The actual mooring ball?
Yeah, they stole the mooring ball. Why you gotta steal the mooring ball? Jeez. This piano was constructed using 3/16 stainless steel, and the Mermaid is made from pH-neutral cement to encourage marine growth. The current is moving too fast for us to snorkel on it today, so we'll just keep resetting the dinghy and floating on by.
All right, I got him.
We couldn't get enough of it. So cool. Thanks, David. Okay, overreactor. After that, we found a cool little harbor to explore. It looks like a little harbor. Oh, and an old building. So Jeremiah was looking on the charts and he saw like this little inlet type thing, and it leads into a harbor. It's interesting. I don't know.
Back here.
Nothing back here though. Not much to see, but it's cool. I've never really seen a dip in like this, you know?
Yeah.
Gorgeous morning here. I woke up at about 4 a.m. unintentionally. The anchorage we're in is beautiful, but the swell coming through woke me up because it's like a dip on each side of the catamaran, so it's like a good rock, like a seesaw. I'm sure you can tell behind me, like if you look at that shadow, it goes back and forth. And our door in our bedroom makes like this annoying noise every time it does that, and you have to put like something heavy against it or shut it. I don't want to shut it because then like Reese, you know, I don't want to shut him out. So we are going to pull anchor here soon at about 7 a.m. Because we need to do it at high tide. It's a little shallow in some areas, so going at high tide will help us ensure that we won't hit bottom. Now that I've said that, knock on wood. Oh, there's wood. There we go. Got my clothes drying back here, but I just want to show you the beautiful anchorage before we leave. Let's see if I can do this without stepping on deck. It's been raining all night, which is really nice because it washes the salt off, but I don't want to step on deck until it dries because it'll create like this dirty mud. Like I said, gorgeous anchorage, but we are ready to make this our turnaround point and start going back north up the Exuma little keys and enjoying those. Jeremiah will be waking up here soon and we will pull anchor. I can shut our light off now. We leave it on when we're at anchor, our bathroom lights with the windows open. So if any other boats were to come nearby, you know, they'd see in the dark there's a boat here. You can see that light shining. And we also leave other lights on as well outside our Lucy lights. But I can shut that off now. The little guy never wakes up. He's never bothered by the swell. We always leave his LEDs on for him. Now we're just waiting on Jeremiah. I imagine his alarm will be going off very soon. Time to wake up. That'll be like the first time. And then I'll go back a second time. And possibly a third time. And then he'll probably wake up. Turns out I didn't have to go back 2 and 3 times. You woke up on the first time.
Whatever, man.
Usually it's 2 and 3 times. What happened to your alarm?
It was gonna go until 7.
Oh, I thought you said you wanted to pull anchor at 7.
I mean, it's fine. It's right around there. Look at the weather.
I've been up since 4.
Why?
The swell and the door.
Oh.
I know, I'm so tired. I didn't go back to sleep because I just figured, what's the point? So, we better be leaving at 7.
Okay.
It's driving me nuts. Our other door does it too. We just normally have it shut. So there's no swell, I'm just showing you. What am I gonna do about these doors?
We're passing by Rudder Key and Musha Key, and Going through a really narrow channel, but the cool thing about this place, this is David Copperfield's island, both of them. This one right here, you can see, I don't know how you can see with that lens, but there's a runway right here, and that's his runway. His guests come into his resort island over here. They land there, there's a helipad, and I guess they fly them over. But no, there's the end of the runway right there. You can actually see the flag. And then there's this really nice basin in the middle where you can do kiteboard and stuff like that. And then you have the really nice, like, luxury part where it's resorts and for David Copperfield and stuff like that. So, really pretty spot.
Didn't we see his island disappear a couple times?
Yeah, we were sitting there last night, anchored right off it, and the damn thing kept disappearing and reappearing. The problem was we'd lose our protection every time it disappeared. So, pretty narrow through here in this section.
Very, very narrow.
You gotta stay right on the
your
right
red
in the channel.
line, right?
Yeah, there's a red line on the chart, but right in the channel. So these are the resorts.
Pretty sure it takes big bucks to stay in one of those little bungalows. Now we are heading north.
We're headed over to Little Farmer's Key, which is a great spot. Hopefully we can get back there. Some people reviewed it, so they couldn't get back there, but we got there before, so we're gonna give it another shot. The first time that we've done it, we're dragging Taco. We have not dragged Taco behind the boat before. And doing okay. Brittany's gonna stay up there, and she's gonna check to see, you know, if she goes to shallow water or anything like that. We'll see. Right over there is the Little Farmers. Great spot. Little bar. It's great. So the charts show it's fine. It's like 2 meters, 1.9, all the way around here. That's the Anchorage right down here. So, but since we've been here before, 2 years ago, somebody was on Active Captain saying it's impossible. But a lot of times you find that people are wrong on there. So we'll see if we can get in there. I'm gonna go ahead and reduce throttle a little bit, get rid of some speed in case we do bump into the ground. Mom, I'm gonna start turning. Brittany's up there, she has her headset on. And we'll just watch the depth over there. So far as we look good on depth. Plan on just going like right along on here. How's that rock looking, Brittany? You okay? Alright, I see a rock in front of her up there. So you can see here's the runway. Whoops. That's the runway right there, the end of it right there. That over there is the bar, and that's where we want to be anchored. This is where a couple years ago we filmed scuba diving on a little upside down airplane. So we're losing a little bit of depth here, so it's at 9 feet now. And it's marked as a Jeep, but really it's an airplane. Coming around, it should be 2 meters, and it's about 8 feet, 8.5 feet, which is good. It's high tide right now, so that makes sense. Brittany asked at what point are we turning in? And she can't see this, so I'm trying to go around this and stay inside this little channel to come around. I'll squeeze between the 1314, come over here and anchor right here, hopefully. Showing 8.6 because this is 2 feet off. So you just add 2 feet on there. She sits up there and she looks for like reefs, rocks, shallow spots, you know, and you find a lot of that down here. I'm gonna go a little wider out right here between these little 1.4, 1.3 and just go right through the middle. We can start doing that turn now. Depth is 8.5. I don't know what that person's talking about because now it should stay like this. People will say it's impossible, but I just read this. I was like, wow, maybe a hurricane came through. But no. We might get a storm, so I'm gonna put out 7 to 1, so it's 56 feet. We'll go ahead and hook up at 50, honey. You can get ready, we'll be anchoring soon. She says she's ready. So I'm turning and get ready to drop so I can see it up there. So I went ahead and chopped throttles. The airplane's right over there. So coming into the wind. Okay, anchor alarm set, anchor is on the ground. We have 23 feet out going right now. I like to keep the boat moving back at about 0.4 or 5 knots. It can go a little faster sometimes, 30, well, we're moving. All right, so we'll go reverse. She said we're not really moving, we're just obviously getting spun up in a current, so we'll probably go a little faster. Right now we're at 32. She's gonna hook up at 50. She can see what's happening up there. So right now we're moving at 1.2 knots. We're going out with chain. 44, get ready. And 50. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in forward. And we're in the wind, obviously, which sucks. But I'm gonna try to go hard over and basically take tension off the chain for her so she can put the bridle on, which is what she's doing right now. So tell me when you want me to stop going forward. All right, we're good. So now we'll go back to neutral. And she's gonna let the bridle out and then put a loop. And then, all right, we're good. And then, so right now it's just 67. That's good. That's, you know, all together with the loop and all that stuff. So we're gonna back up. All right, so we're on the anchor basically. And we're gonna back away. So now it's just grabbed. You can see the boat's moving. So we let it, I kind of like let it adjust, and then I'll put the engines in reverse again. But right now, let that sit there at 1,000. Does that look like we're holding? All right, I'm gonna go next engine. I like to go one at a time, get it all settled in there, so it's not like a big yank. I want to make sure this line's not going under. That's fine. Now we're backing down on it. We're gonna go to 1200, honey. 1200 on one engine. And she watches just to make sure it looks pretty solid. I watch speed on this, and the Navionics is actually really good for speed. All right, and then I'm gonna go 1200 on the second engine. All right, let it sit there for a minute. Now it shows 0.2, but I doubt we're moving, no 0.1. And then you can look at over here and kind of see, okay, well, we're not moving. How's it look up there? She said it looks good. She can kind of see it drop too whenever it does that, or when it slips. But okay, so I'm gonna go up a little higher because we might hit a storm here. Right now the boat, you can feel it pulling, but it's not moving. Don't worry about that. All right, and that's good. So I don't think we drug. I had the anchor alarm set pretty good, pretty close, so we'll see. And then now Brittany is doing her thing up here. How'd it go?
Good. When we first dropped it, I don't know what was going on, like the chain, there was not enough pull.
Yeah, because it's so shallow.
And the anchor actually slid along the ground, so your anchor alarm might be off by like 10 feet. 20.
No, it's okay. I can check it. There's the bridle, and there's the anchor. And that's how you anchor. Good job, babe. Is it locked?
Yeah.
She puts this little pin in. Boom. That right there is like a secondary lock, just so it won't get on your windlass. We have some weather rolling in.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of weather. It's been a really unstable system above the Bahamas, and we've been lucking out so far, knock on wood. Let me see, clock, there we go. But we have a little squall moving through right now. It hadn't started raining yet. It's maybe a little sprinkle. It's always hard to tell on camera. Nice little swell coming in, and it spun us around to the southwest, which is not where the wind should be coming from.
They're supposed to be coming southeast.
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate because there's this awesome dock over there that I want to get footage of and take a couple pictures on.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it passes.
Today was isolated, tomorrow was scattered, and then it will be stray on Friday. So this is Wednesday. So we just need to get through these next couple of days.
Yeah, we'll get through it.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful, and it's keeping the winds high, so it's nice and cool. It's not sweltering hot.
Yeah.
Even though there's killer swells going on.
Our anchor's hooked pretty well. I dove on it, or looked at it, and it was in there. I wanted to be a little more behind this island. You can see that's the island right there. That's the tip, and the boat is facing this way now, so completely to the southwest. Hopefully this forecast comes back into play, because right now the winds have shifted. So I'm sure the squall isn't helping, but they've been like this for a lot of the day. Let's see, but I'm hoping to be able to stay right here. Last night was a little ugly. We'll see how it goes.
And we were able to. We snuggled in for the night, excited for tomorrow, where we'll explore a freshwater cave. Good night. Coming up on the Lazy Geckos.
I've never heard one you can get in. All right, you gotta go for a swim. And just go down.
I'm hard over.
A different size bracket on here.
Oh, I feel like it's worse. Are you ready for this? Oh man, my arm is killing me.
This is a little check valve.
I'm the boat chef.
Did you know that?
No. Propane system working, thank you. Want more? Check us out at lazygeckos.net. Remember, patrons can get complimentary access. You can also visit our Vimeo channel. The link is below. Don't forget to click subscribe to get all of the fun. See you next week.